Here's the breaking news about the fourth stimulus check, everybody. Monthly stimulus checks could begin going out under a brand new relief bill. Democrats and Republicans are working on including a brand new list of provisions into the next stimulus relief package.
Before Social Security was created, about 50% of seniors in this country lived in poverty. Today, while the number is too high, it is about 10%. Social Security also has been extraordinarily important for people with disabilities and widows and orphans. In these extremely difficult economic times,
So congressional lawmakers have finally begun discussions on potentially issuing another round of stimulus payments for struggling people and businesses. Officials have told the Washington Post that the discussions are being held. And according to the Post, both lawmakers have largely focused on authorizing billions of dollars in aid for American businesses, including restaurants and gyms. So a source close to the matter confirmed to The Hill that Senators Cardin and Roger Wicker are working to gather bipartisan support for additional stimulus aid. Cardin serves as the chair of the Senate Small Business and Entrepreneurship Committee. So, the two lawmakers have spoken with other members of the Senate, and during a recent press conference, Jen Psaki said, "We did a major relief package that including helping restaurants just last year. We are in constant discussions with Congress and leadership about the needs of the American people." So it's really great to hear, friends, that Congress is working on passing a fourth stimulus package for people this month. And I know right now it can be a very difficult time. The federal government has pumped about $4 trillion into the economy since the crisis began. And also, it is clear that the crisis is still ongoing. Nearly 37% fewer small businesses are open compared to January 2020. The employment rate for low-income workers is still well below pre-crisis levels. And billions of dollars included by Congress in several relief packages is yet to be dispersed. Folks, this makes it very important for President Biden to do something about this.
Now, next, Madam President, on Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson. On Friday, President Biden made history, wonderful history, by announcing his nominee to replace Stephen Breyer on the U.S. Supreme Court, Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson. As promised, President Biden named for the first time in history, a black woman to sit on the high court. As promised, his nominee is beyond qualified and brilliant. And as promised, the Senate will now begin the work of quickly confirming Judge Jackson to the Supreme Court of the United States of America. Appointing individuals to the high court, as we all know, is truly one of the awesome responsibilities of any president. And in choosing Judge Jackson, President Biden has hit a home run with an even-handed and so gifted jurist. More importantly, I congratulate Judge Jackson for this historic honor, one that reflects her skills, her accomplishments, and above all, her dedication to our democracy. I've been doing a lot of reading on Judge Jackson over the last month, and I cannot recall any one of her colleagues, anyone from her private life or anyone in the public sphere, say anything negative about her. It's amazing. That's how fine a person she is and how fine a mind she has. Judge Jackson encapsulates the two B's, brilliant and beloved. That's a rare combination. And her nomination is a cause for immense celebration. I'll be meeting with Judge Jackson Wednesday when she comes to the Capitol for the first time. Meanwhile, I am working with Chairman Durbin to schedule confirmation hearings on Judge Jackson as soon as we can. Once the Judiciary Committee completes its consideration of Judge Jackson, I will move to have her nomination come immediately to the floor of the Senate, so the Senate wastes no time fulfilling its constitutional duty. We are going to have a fair but expeditious process, where members from both sides will get to ask their questions and explore the judge's record. Now, of course, Judge Jackson is no stranger to the Senate. This will be the fourth time she comes before this body. In each previous instance, Republicans and Democrats together voted in favor of her various nominations. We voted last year to confirm Judge Jackson to the influential D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals, and she received support from all 50 Democrats.
Well, let me begin by thanking all these utility executives for coming in today. I think this is the beginning of a, God willing, a new era in the generation of electricity and fundamentally clean up the environment. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate your being here. I really mean it. And I'm just going to make a few brief comments and then ask a couple questions. Unfortunately, I have to go, not immediately, but before we finish, and I want to apologize ahead of time. But thank you for being here. I'm afraid, as I said, I won't be able to stay, but I wanted to come by to thank the utility sector CEOs for being here, and hear from you at the top. You have some of the most important jobs in America right now, keeping electricity systems running and running reliably. I've spent too much time this last year flying in helicopters over areas of scorched earth that because utilities were down, because it was going, I mean, it really is amazing. More territory is burned to the ground on the West Coast than the entire state of New Jersey in terms of square miles. It's just stunning, absolutely stunning. And I want to thank you for what you're doing to help get the word out about clean energy and the component, one of the most significant component of my Build Back Better plan. And thank you for coming to speak on its behalf. It's about building the clean energy future, and we're seeing incredible enthusiasm and support for the effort, not just from you all, but around the country. I mean, there's a real, people are, I guess when things got really bad and made people realize, my Lord, this is real. This is real, this climate change. And it's about building that future, that clean energy future. And how many major announcements have we seen recently? Ford and GM, for example, building out their electric vehicle production, a total I think, investment of, I think it's almost $18 billion, 11 and 7. And Union Pacific Railroad, I was recently out in Pennsylvania, in Pittsburgh, but to see other parts of what was going on. But the Union Pacific Railroad is buying electric locomotives that are being built in Erie, Pennsylvania. And just yesterday, Tritium announced a new facility in Tennessee that is going to build the electric chargers. They brought in some of them to show us what they're like. And, this legislation that's already been passed, there's 500,000 electric chargers on our highways. And it's going to change the dynamic of how, not only how we travel, but the economy along the way as well. Because, at any rate, companies are investing in clean energy futures. The world is betting on American workers to build it and the American people to buy it. And then we
have seen in